The International Brush-Off Painting Competition funds art-based projects for people living with Alzheimer's. Marina Cutler of Avenue Art Gallery joins us along with local artist Ronald Boaks. Marina, we'll begin with you. Why art and Alzheimer's? What is the connection?
There's a huge connection. My reason behind it is because of owning the art galleries and my mom having had Alzheimer's. So I noticed that was something that would spark her interest. Studies have definitely shown that art is something that allows people to be in the moment. And with something like Alzheimer's, you don't have control, but being able to create something, paint, play with molding clay, that allows you to be in the moment and you don't feel threatened. So there's a big connection between how it can alleviate certain levels of Alzheimer's. It also is something on an earlier stage where it can help to keep your mind active, again, in a non-threatening way, but allows you to express yourself. So those are some of the reasons why we connect the art and Alzheimer's.
That non-threatening element can be very important because a lot of people suffering from Alzheimer's tend to have this paranoia sometimes. They don't really understand what's going on around them.
Yeah, 100%. And they not only are fearful of what they are surrounded by, but they're also fearful of the fact that they don't know things. And so the lack of being able to answer a question where you don't have to answer anything when it comes to art.
Right.
You literally are just out there creating. And so it's a very calming, non-threatening, in the moment type of activity. And that's really good for all levels of, it's good for everybody, quite frankly. If I could paint and just create, how happy you'd be, just enjoying in the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ron, this competition's been around for 9 years. This is your first time entering.
That's
you
right.
won the May Cutler Award,
Yes.
placing second in this competition, which is amazing. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Your family was also riven by Alzheimer's.
Yes, I watched my mother deteriorate to the point where she said, I don't have a son. I don't know who you are. And she would close her eyes and that was the end of the conversation. And it got worse from there. So yes, I'm very aware of Alzheimer's. Her mother suffered the same ailment as well. So yes.
Does your art piece that was in this competition, Blue Venus, does that have any sort of link, I guess, to Alzheimer's?
No, I never think about that when I'm in the studio. I'm more thinking about making something that is interesting, involving beauty, involving the sublime, the spiritual aspects of life, but I never think about Alzheimer's when I'm in the studio.
Marina, do some of the pieces show that link?
Nobody creates something specifically to be connected to that, to my knowledge, if you read their bios. But what they do say is that they are creating it with the thought process of somebody that they love or in memory of somebody they
Right.
love. Sometimes it's also the colors that they're using. Maybe they feel it's more attractive and calming to the cause. But no, I think it's all about their work, and we look at their work separately. So two entities, the competition and Alzheimer's.
Ron, your work is more of an abstract kind of feel. Were you surprised to take that prize?
It's funny, after painting for about 60 years, I finally developed the understanding of what it is that I'm about when I'm painting. And it really boils down to me being both a modernist and a romantic. And it took me a long time to realize that. It's just in the last couple of years that it's always been there, but I've never realized it. So it's more about the aspects of that and the balancing of those two, the sublime and the beauty, using basically a figurative subject matter. But really, it's just about everything that I know about painting at this point.
Marina, would you like to see more local Niagara artists? I know you've been living in Niagara now the last 3 years after many years in Montreal. Would you like to see more locals?
Absolutely. We have such incredible artists here in the Niagara region, and I discover them popping into different places. I meet them, and every time I see their work, I'm very excited. And I would love to see more and more of the local artists, because the more that they enter, the greater the competition could be surrounded by more Niagara artists. It is a juried competition. They can't just enter and get in, so they got to work their butts off to do some great work.
And there is a People's Choice Award that is still being voted on until November 25th.
Right.
we can go in there like I did this morning and vote for Ron's
Yay!
piece.
Yes, that's wonderful. Yes, you can go online and you can vote. And you can also go and check it out in person if you want. And all the artwork is for sale.
Marina, Ron, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank
Thank you.
you.